Okay, so here we are again. Hopefully got a little bit more stuff worked out here, and we'll go ahead and proceed from there. Alright, so we covered concatenation, we covered variables, and we covered single line comments. Let's go ahead and go over our functions, and then we'll go ahead and proceed from there. Okay, now initially to start a function, what you want to go ahead and do is type the function out. And I'll go ahead and differentiate that. And we'll go ahead and save it. And see there. Function works. It works. This is 1, 2, 3, and this is what we got here, guys. So, blown away yet? Let's go ahead and take a look at other stuff we can do with functions. Now, this is a function. This is how you'll initially start to kind of bundle up the codes, really. So, this is basically a set of instructions of how to carry out a specific sequence. So this is how it functions here, and I call it a method if it's done like within a class and stuff like that. But we'll cover that down the road here. Now you just saw a function in the works here. So this is pretty much how you create a function in PHP. All right. Now we'll go ahead and set some parameters. Of course, if you want to pause and study it, you can. See, I'll go ahead and even code it here in the comment. Probably should have done that at the beginning of the video, but whatever. Don't care. Again, this is a single line comment. This is a variable, or like a storage, a container, a cup. Let's go with that, a cup. That's it. That'll be the variable. The variable is basically the cup, and the value is basically the ball, or the water, or the juice, or the milk, or anything that is drinkable or even not drinkable. You could create a piece of program that says if there's water in the cup, drink. If there's urine in the cup, don't drink. Or you could be sick and just be like, okay, if there's urine in the cup, drink, and then spit it out on other people, and then write a piece of code that'll make them get mad or randomize. People might laugh. It's your code. Let's do what we do. But anyway, moving on. Function. This is it right here. Function. Putting in the comment. Okay, so now we're creating a function. And you see here we got the echo here that we typed down, the express out. So we're just kind of testing that out. And then here is where we call it. Right there. It's the function. So the function name is the one that gets called. It's function on. So, and that's what it says there. That'll be the function and stuff, you know? So, that's pretty much how you're going to be doing things. So, you're just going to do them, you know? And then inside the function is a set of instructions that's supposed to carry out. You could even put a function within a function. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to empty all this out. And then we're going to talk about arguments. Well, parameters, really. I mean, it's called arguments, but, you know, it's also referred to as parameters and shit, you know, stuff. Pardon the language. Don't care, actually. But moving on. Now, with the parameters, that'll be the conditionals that's put into place up here. So, let's go ahead and create. Let's go ahead and because we want to create do variables in here too, so we can do that. Of course, $sign starts. You create a variable, and then you go a. And that'll only be local for that, because that'll stay within its own confines. And then we create a variable b. Now, we're going to go ahead and keep this function here just kind of to extend it out, where most of my teachings will be from, but, you know, you'll learn stuff. Trust me, I'll tell you. Okay, so now, let's see where would be a good point to start from. Oh, yes. Variable. Yep. Created a variable called Fanny Bandit. And then, well, you could just initialize it. You don't have to do the initialization for everything all the time, but the main is your code is be flexible. I mean, make your program. The whole idea is to make your program with as little code as possible, preserving space and compression and all that good shit. So here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna do Fanny Bandit equal to. There we go. And that'll be what that means. Now that I'm looking at it, it is quite inappropriate. But unfortunately, the whole task is to keep your attention. So let's stay focused here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stay focused. All right. There we go. All right. Now, what we're gonna do here is first thing I'm gonna do is give it the B value. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that'll be skipping a few lessons here. go ahead and keep it simple first, and just close that out. Because in JavaScript, it'll be just labeled just as undefined, which it is. The variable isn't defined, but in multiple parameters in PHP, it'll kind of error out. So just go ahead and do that. Now this is with the parameters. Commonly, what you're gonna do is kind of assign a value to assign a value of a variable to an already existing variable. So basically, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the value of Fanny Bandit into a. Actually, that was the worst example to do. But I guess we'll take this as another lesson then. So A equals okay. So actually we'll just move on to the lesson. Actually, we'll cover that part after this because I messed up and already went so far ahead. So I guess this part of it will just not be about parameters for right now. We'll just do this as assigning a variable. So let me see. There we go. So let me see here. We have to skip that part. So basically here, where it has Fanny Bandit and the A variable, basically those are just variables being set, but the whole thing is going to comment it here is we're assigning a variable to another variable. So assigning a variable to another one. Actually, that's very vague. Assigning a variable to another variable. So basically, what this is meaning is the variable of A is basically it's like, let me go ahead and explain it simply. A variable is a container and everything, and in this basic way of explaining it, I went ahead and just kind of told it like a cup thing. So basically, there's a ball in the Fanny Bandit cup, and the Fanny Bandit cup we stacked inside the A cup. So, and then doing so, we assigned it the value of this sentence up here, and then it's going to echo out here because it's going to display the value of the variable, which in this case the value of the variable A is Fanny Bandit, and the value of Fanny Bandit is this. So read it, study it, be weirded out about it, probably be offended, but you'll be learning stuff. So it works out for you or not. It might be attack on your senses of morality and stuff like that. We all need to learn to relax. I know I do. But anyway, I'm just gonna say it. If you're offended, relax. You could just turn the video away and all of that, but this is to help keep people engaged and entertained while they're learning. So, and you can tell me it doesn't work or whatever. I mean, if it works, kind of give a shout out. But anyway, I'm just going with this though. So, gonna be in the browser. We're gonna open it up in Chrome and see. There we go. It works. This is radioactive zone. And everyone's coming. There we go. Now, just kind of think of this as an example. So kind of a pointer, really. But that's for the C language. So we'll cover that in a different aspect and what the difference between just assigning a variable and just doing the variables of pointers and stuff like that. But that's only for the C language. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and set up. I might actually use Android too, who knows? But anyway, that's basically it. We're assigning a variable inside of another variable. So a variable can be set to a function and everything, which is really called method, but we'll get into that another time or here or something. Now we're gonna go ahead and set some parameters. So now we're gonna go ahead and set some parameters. And B. Let's go ahead and make the variable B. Now echo is basically your statement for displaying text on the screen there. If you're just kind of catch it up, skip the view videos or did some weird stuff like that. Basically being a meanie. Yeah, watch all my videos. Yeah. But anyway, now that'll all come out, but we're setting basically we're setting an argument here in that spot where you see the variable B is, and then how echo and out and the double quotes will display the value of it. So now when we do function, this is what we're gonna go ahead and output. So let's go ahead and try this out with a single quote, because I never know how these things turn out. I can't remember if it's better to use the single quotes or the double quotes, but we'll find out. So function, wow. Okay. You have offended me. Alright. So I put a space there while really you offended me and stuff. So we'll go ahead and save it. And all this is within the function. So let's go ahead and take a look. See what we got going here. And there you go. That's basically your parameters. You're setting those. So it works. This is radioactive 123 radioactive zone. And wow, really? You have offended me. There you go. Now mind you, this is at your own pace and stuff like that. So if you need to rewind, go ahead and feel free to do so. But let me go ahead and go back. Let me go ahead and check and see how much time I actually have on this while I'm recording. Okay, it's still recording, so I have about an hour. That shouldn't take too long. Alright, anyway, let's go back to our AWD here. Actually, let me go ahead and first show you how it's going to be on the Play Store, and the BitWeb server, because the resolution on this might be just terrible. You might not even be able to see it. So I want to go ahead and bring it up as a bigger picture. Now this is the BitWeb server. See, PHP by SQL, PMA. That's going to be Andy Unpalm. I can't pronounce his name. But these guys are geniuses. Like, they're really, really geniuses. These are some of the reviews. But it works good for me. So I'll leave a 5-star and not comment that. But 5-star, and I don't respond. If it's 5-star, it's a 5-star. It is what it is. But this is your Bitweb server for your smartphone. That's only if you need it. If you want to do this from your Android, and I have to say it is quite enlightening to be able to do this from the Android. Now I have investigated the iPhone way of doing it and iPhone IDEs and everything, but there's not that many on the market, and for those that are on there, they are expensive as well. So AWD web developer AWD right here. See, AWD Android Web Developer PHP, HTML, CSS, JIT, and JavaScript IDE. It's hard because it doesn't come with its own PHP server, so you really wouldn't be able to get much out of it. You only just display the page, really. So this is basically it right here. It's by Mckenith-Williams. So it has some people like it, rate it. It works differently for other stuff too. Now there's many other PHP IDEs and everything too. But that is what it is, and that's on another subject anyway. This is AWD. This is what I'm using for my smartphone to do my work. So let's get back into it. And here we are. The B, we set the parameter or argument as a variable B, and then what we did here in the bottom when we called it, we set the value of the B variable to wow, really, you have offended me. So that's pretty much how you would use parameters or arguments if you want to be like that. Now let's see, what else do we have to cover? Let me actually go ahead and look online. I'm kind of doing this as I go, but I forget, because I don't write lesson plans and stuff like that. That was for one of my other videos that I couldn't get up and had so much trouble verifying it, but I figured it out. That's part of doing all this. You have to be passionate, so you'll have to figure it out and stuff. So, PHP for beginners. Let's just go ahead and get a starting point for all this. Read from some local, web developers and stuff, and this is one. As you can see, it's bland and all that. Not bland, but I'd rather do support the little guy and everything. Here's oh, the operator. That's a good way to go. Like I said, I don't have lesson plans, but now there are many tutorials out there and everything. So if you don't like mine, feel free to go ahead and go up with your own. Now I'm working on this to try and integrate everything to kind of stay digital and all that, and doing with Android has been very liberating, and it's been pretty good. Ooh, perfect one. Go ahead and go with, let's see. How could I bring this up? This is pretty much how you'll see HTML being worked in with PHP. You see here, that is an integer. See, anything is just that's just a digit is an integer, basically a data type. Now there's floating point ones too, but that's like 1.0 and stuff like that. Now double is good. That is a good one. Let me go ahead and bring it up here. cause I tend, understand that things are a little bit different there. And um, just just in case. Yeah, okay. Stack Exchange. That's another thing you guys should do. Get yourself a Stack Overflow account and be sure to stick up with it. Because if you're on Stack Overflow and everything, that is good for your resume. And the more points you have, the better it looks on you. Now, I only have 84 points, but that's because I haven't kept up with it. So, but yes, like I said, double and floats has that point numbers and everything. Um, let's go ahead and see what here I can translate for you guys here. Um, but yeah, that's a good resource. Uh, now it does now double you do have more numbers to work with. You have more numbers to work with space wise, but floats is a little bit far based than that. So if anything, a good example of what doubles are good for. Doubles are better known for calculating prices and everything, while floats is more good for like damage per second, like in video games if you're a game designer and everything. So so taking this, you're well on your way, and I want to make sure I try to simplify it for you guys as best as I can. This is a very liberating path. Um, now I'm one person working on a whole bunch of projects here, so um, basically I don't have much of my work out there yet, and I get new ideas like every day. So once I get once I start getting money flow going here, we'll be good. But anyway, here's what the good difference is. Um, basically the double has more numbers in it, and because you see here, single precision gives you 20 bits of to get significant and front-end one-sign bit and everything, and while double gives you more to work with. Now I don't know the maximum or the minimum number here, but uh, there the exact difference there is just another thing. Basically, that might be a better way of explaining it here, Genova. Because what I like to do is I like to read it and give you guys all the accurate information here, so I can go ahead and decipher that into simple explanation, explanatory terms here. So, but yeah, like I said, double has more in bits and everything, and float has less. Um, so you can compare floats to if you're like in Cisco engineering or you've done stuff like that, could be um, that bit there. But uh, uh, wow, that's something else. Battery dying super quick. Wow, I am running a lot of power on this. Oh no, that's a screenshot. That's just a screenshot. I did not mean to open that. That's on my wealthy affiliate website. But yeah, guys, I do build websites and stuff, and I want to go ahead and do WordPress stuff too. But basically, uh, another way you could go about it is like if you what's that game? Oh, ooh. Like like one of those video games you play and everything, and there's acid, and if you step on acid, you get burned like certain amount of seconds and all that. Think of that as the floating point, and then like if you're mm, like comparing like if you're doing a game where you can like set your own height and stuff like that, and they do it like 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and all of that. Think of that as double. So basically there's more bits in double number than there is floating numbers, and those numbers range. Now the number is a lot, so of course I wasn't going to be able to memorize what the exact number is from. Now all the numbers is set from like a negative to a minimum negative to a maximum positive. So there's more information on that. I'll get that compiled here on the next lesson. Um, Going on from there. But anyway, we'll worry about that at a later time. Uh, let me see how much. Let me see if I got time left or if I'm already done. Okay, and I'm done. So, hmm, am I done? What the heck is going on here? Hmm, 10%. So it's kind of been at standstill. So I'm burning just as much as I'm. So let's go ahead and clear everything out. I'm gonna do record.